What is up, guys? Steady Hand here, and that was probably the greatest 15 minutes of LA Kings hockey I've ever seen. Just the dominance, the pure possession, the puck, the pure passing, the pure strategy, and they fucking blew it! The LA Kings lose to the Winnipeg Jets 6-4 at home. After leading the game with, let's see here, let me talk about my tally, 44-19 shots on goal. How do you let that happen? How do you take all of that momentum, all of that domination, all of that offensive zone guru, and let it to waste? 6 goals on 19 shots? I know a lot of you have been asking me to make another Kings game reaction because, that first one, it was the first game of the season. You would think it'd be, sub every single game daily, but, had some time restraints, making sure to be able to watch the full game. There was a lot of complications and just had to come back for the one to make me lose my mind at how much we gave up. We gave up like that, that's it. That's it. Momentum shifted. All right, that's all I can fucking say happened. I don't know what happened. How do you do that? All it took to make us lose the momentum was a 2-minute penalty 15 minutes into the first period by Blake Lizotte for slashing. And once that penalty happened, it went down fucking hill. It went downhill. How do you give up a shorthanded 2-on-1? How do you give up a breakaway in the first 6 minutes of the game? When you have been dominating and holding onto the puck, that first goal was on the first shot that the Winnipeg Jets had. That whole first period. We had 14 shots on them. I think less, but still. We had multiple shots kept it in their defensive zone. We had them in a fucking corner, and they found a way to escape, and they found the exit really fucking quick. And one thing I've been trying to do is I keep on telling myself, there is already Steve Dangle. Nobody wants to see the LA version of Steve Dangle. Nobody wants that content. Be unique. But right now, it's pretty hard to not be unique and to act like Steve Dangle when I had to watch that monstrosity of a fucking hockey game. Let me just first get out of the way. Let's get the positives of the game out of the way. That first period was, at some points, confusing. Most of the times, it was magical. It was amazing Kings hockey. The team were passing it back and forth to each other. They were being quick. They were on their toes. Winnipeg was falling back. They didn't know what to do. They didn't have control. They were lost. You saw it after that third unanswered goal. They were lost. They were lost. They didn't know how to play. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what was happening. They were confused. We confused them. But that lasted 15 fucking minutes, and it didn't come back for a long damn time. We didn't score another fucking goal until the third period, for fuck's sake. Look, there's a lot of things that the Kings need to fix in this next game coming up, especially when there's not that much of this homestand left. They have to go back on the road, which, yeah, I get it. We're better on the road than we are at home. Makes sense for an LA team, I guess. They're fucking bandwagoners of fans, but we really need to fix this shit up. Number one, defense cannot keep making these stupid mistakes. I saw it all the time against Seattle, against Vegas, against all these other fucking games we played. Too many mistakes. They need to stop. That's how we lose games like this. That's how we lose so badly. We make mistakes. We force the puck. We get too creative. We get too crafty. We lose it. Stop forcing shit. Get back. Play D. Make sure you keep a hold of that puck. Don't give the team a goal. That is the last thing we want to do, is give the team a goal. That is not... I would much rather say we played our hearts out, the other team just was able to scheme better. I would much rather watch a game like that. But when we're playing really well, you then Kevin Fiala think that Kempe has the puck, stays in the offensive zone, gives up a 2-on-1, then what the fuck am I supposed to react to that then? Be happy? Say we're all human? You can't be doing that. Mistakes are killing us. They're hurting us. It's so bad. These mistakes are making it so hard to get these wins when they're crucial. We're no longer rebuilding. Have you not gotten the memo? I think another thing that ruined us was that Winnipeg found their stride in the second period and the third period. They really finally gelled together as a team. They figured it out, and it definitely hurt, and you could definitely see it. You could see the Kings weren't ready for it. You could see Winnipeg was definitely different than what they played in the first period. It was a much more closer game that second, third period, and Kings couldn't do anything about it. Because of that, the Kings couldn't do anything about it. They were a lot more confident. I think their ego got to them late in the first, and I think they felt it a bit in the top of the second until the game was tied, and then they had to come back. I think ego hurt us this game. I think it did. I know it's hard to prove that. It's hard to prove ego was the killer. It's hard to prove that. But I can't think of any other reason why we would just play down our game after doing all that. After having such a dominant first period that we were leading like 14 shots on goal to 2, I don't get how you go from that to just not playing to your opponent. It has to be ego. It has to be. It has to be the team getting in their own heads with all of them being so young they thought it was a cakewalk. It has to be. If it is ego that's hurting us, then these veterans need to tell these kids to step the fuck up. Because that's really the only thing that's going to save us. That's the only thing that's going to help us make the playoffs. You got to tell these kids to step the fuck up. Kempe, Kopitar, Doughty, Quick. I mean, shit. Did you see Lemieux taking a fucking stick to the face with less than 2 minutes left in the game? Lemieux, the game was 5-4. We needed to pull the goalie to make it 6-on-5. We had to pull the goalie to make it 5-on-5. We didn't even get the opportunity for 6-on-5 because you jammed a stick in someone's face because you were angry, because you were mad that you were losing. Brendan Lemieux, calm your fucking tits! Anyone who knows me and anybody who has gotten to know me for long enough that I have talked to them about LA Kings hockey and I have prophesied to them about LA Kings hockey know that I am not a Brendan Lemieux supporter. I don't like him. I really don't. He just makes the team worse. He doesn't provide enough offensively. He doesn't provide enough defensively. He doesn't even provide the big body we need. It's not like he's the enforcer like Kyle Clifford. Yeah, I didn't like Kyle Clifford, but at least he knows his role. At least the fans know his role when he played with the team. Yeah, he sucked on offense, he sucked on defense, but he was there to run amok. He was there to be the enforcer. Lemieux is a fucking scrawny rat. Lemieux doesn't provide enforcement. Lemieux is not a big body. Lemieux's not laying those checks to turn a potential game over. He's a cancer in my fucking side! That is why I was so confused when the LA Kings gave him a contract extension. I don't fucking get why. I don't know why he was a free agent, and instead of just letting him not be in the NHL anymore, we were like, we still need him. We still love him. I don't. I don't love him. I don't see why we need to love him. Because I don't love him. They better learn from this. They better really fucking learn from this. Anyway, that's the end of my recap. Kings lose 6-2 to the 6-2. Fucking, I would be much more pissed if it was 6-2. Maybe not if it was not so fucking close. Kings lose 6-4 to the Winnipeg Jets at home. Now I'm gonna lay down, hold that fucking thing really fucking tight, and cry myself to sleep. Good night.